guys, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my visual diary. I am a travel vlogger, and on today's video we're going to do something a little different because it is the holiday season. So I want to go ahead and give you guys 15 travel inspired gifts to give. I'm breaking up into sections. I have everything on my phone for notes. So the 4 sections I'm going to break everything into, I have gifts that are exclusively for the plane. Then I have gifts that are on the go, so like when you're on the go, like actually at your travel destination and you're moving about. Then I have gifts for the memories, so for you to like make memories easier with your trip or unique ways to do that. And then I have trip planning gifts, so gifts that are going to help you plan your trips. Those are the 4 categories. So for the first category for on the plane, what I recommend are carry-ons. And this is one of my carry-ons, like a staple now. The most important thing about the carry-on is for it to be able so conveniently slide onto your luggage. So like this thing that opens right here is very nifty. It could go right and slide into my luggage, so that way I don't have to worry about my luggage falling and all of that extra. And the more like nifty you can make it, so like with this carry-on right here, this is a shoe compartment. And so basically you can put shoes inside here. Usually the more practical the carry-on, the better. But this one I like a lot because it's super spacious on the inside. I have so much stuff in here. And like there's different pockets in here that make it easy to access like your passport or your travel documents. Like even here you can put like your phones. And the more useful you can get the carry-on, the better. These aren't that expensive, and I just highly recommend them. Once I got like really good travel, like really good carry-ons that are actually useful, it made my travel experience that much easier. So the next thing for on the plane, I recommend y'all, and I use this every day, not just for when I travel, but I still recommend it for traveling, is a cable organizer. This baby right here is my lifeline. So basically what it does, it stores like all my tech. So I have my chargers, like for my camera, my Bluetooth mouse, like I have headphones in here. So all like my tech. And then on the other side, I have like my bigger ones. So I have my laptop charger, the cables, and then just more cables for like adapters and things like that. This makes things so much easier. So I'll take this, put this in my carry-on, and put my laptop, and now I don't have to be shuffling about for my chargers. If I'm on the plane, I know exactly where everything is, and this is just so convenient. I don't recommend this just for travel. You should get this in your life, period. This will definitely make somebody that's traveling's life way more easier, because the thing with traveling, you don't want to be shuffling, so it helps you not have to shuffle. This is like a nifty travel blanket, and so it goes in like this super small like holder, and you can pull it out. It's lightweight, and you can use this not just like on the plane, you can also use this like when you're going about, but it opens up pretty big and spacious. It's really big. I just don't feel like taking it all out because I have to put it all up, but it's super big and spacious, and like you can use this from the plane if you don't want to use the airplane's travel blankets, or like even if you're like on the plane and it's super cold, because sometimes lately the planes that I've been on have been like super cold even with the travel blanket and hoodie, so that way you can have like an extra one. So I like this because it's super compact. Like the blanket I have right now, like this Christmas blanket, is just way too thick and huge, but this blanket is just perfect. Okay, I recommend this. This is definitely for the plane. It makes your life easier, and again, everything is compact and convenient, so you can easily grab it, easily put it up, and it's not going to take too much space. The next thing on for the plane is a collapsible water bottle. So these you can literally get from Amazon. You can get them from TJ Maxx, maybe, depending on what they have available. You probably get them from Ross or any like travel store, but basically it's a water bottle that'll just collapse, and usually they have a carabiner that attaches to them, so you can just attach them to your bag. These are great because if you know me, I'm always trying to stay hydrated, and so that way you can stay hydrated. You don't have to worry about like it's not taking up so much space. The biggest key thing here is to make the most efficient use of your space. So I definitely recommend a collapsible water bottle because they're gonna need to stay hydrated, especially on super long flights, but it's just useful. It doesn't take up too much space. So that's my for the plane recommendations. So the next thing are going to be the on the go type gifts. So the gifts that are the most helpful for my friends who are like moving about and they're on the go. They're touched down the destination and they're moving. The first thing that I recommend is a portable charger. If you watch my travel vlogs, I'm steadily needing a charger. And I need to get a portable charger, but I always like forget until I'm where I need to be, and then I need it. So number one, portable charger. The next thing is a universal plug, y'all. This is a universal plug, okay? This, girl, it does every single plug. This bad boy right here, you need this, especially depending, I got this in Switzerland when I was in Switzerland a while back. But this I recommend because one, you have it for pretty much every type of plugging system, and you don't have to worry about like, is my charger gonna work? This universal plug adapter thing will allow your traveler to charge any of their devices anywhere and not have to worry about messing anything up. So highly recommend this, and these are not expensive. I mean, you can get these for $10. They're not expensive. The next thing I recommend is, this is more like a depending on where your traveler is going, like what climate they're gonna be in, but I recommend Uniqlo. Uniqlo is just basically body thermal tech. It's kind of like Under Armour, but it's way thinner and it actually works. I got this when I was in Japan recently, like last week, and I was like, you know what, I've heard about Uniqlo, so I want to try it. I came back home, I bought it, I wore it when I got here, and when I got back to Atlanta, it was probably like, I think when I arrived, it was like 14 degrees outside. And I was like, you know what, perfect time to try my Uniqlo. So I put on like the long sleeve shirt that I got and just a hoodie. And I was like, this part of my body, like my torso and arms, completely warm. So if they're gonna be traveling to like a cold climate, I highly recommend Uniqlo. The next thing I recommend is a passport holder. I actually was gifted mine from my bestest friend the whole wide world. She gifted me this. I do not recommend everybody to go out and buy their friends a Louis Vuitton passport holder. However, you can get any type of passport holder. The thought is what matters, right? So here has my passport. It also has like places where I can put my card. And I always like to put like my boarding passes in here. Normally, like when I'm out and about, I keep my passport in like the actual holder part. So I keep my passport in like that. But when I just got off airplanes, they don't like you have to give them your passport. So that's the reason why it's not inside of the actual like loops. I totally recommend a passport holder. It makes sense, convenient. They know where their passport is. It protects the passport from any damage. And it's just like a very convenient thing, especially like if you're traveling to countries like when you're getting like duty free and things like that, which is essentially like when you go like shopping in a different country, you bring your passport and they don't charge you tax. So it's a really nice thing to have, so that way you can just have your passport always ready, just grab it and you can put it in your bag. So it protects it, especially if you're moving around. So passport holder. The next thing I recommend for on the go is my crossbody bag. I recommend this if you are on the go because this is just so convenient. Like I put all like my hand sanitizers in here. Typically what I do is I put my passport in this little compartment right here, so it's already there. You can't even see it. It opens up pretty deeply, so I can put all my camera gear in here. And the most convenient thing about it is it's a crossbody, so like you can wear it multiple ways. So you can wear it like this, or you can even wear it like this, like in the front of you, so that way you always have to make sure, like if you're in a congested area, you want to make sure nothing gets stolen, you can wear it in the front. This is so convenient. I recommend these, especially for solo travelers, just so that you have a bag that is not as like conspicuous as like a backpack, and you can bring everything with you, and it's just so comfortable. And like I even decorate mines with pins that I get from my travels. So I got this pin, crazy, not even in Japan, in Puerto Rico. I got this at the Louvre in Paris, and I got this pin at Camden in London, England. So I try to get like little pins wherever I go. It even has like a little compartment where you can put your chapstick, and you can put honestly anything. You probably could put change in here. It's just so convenient. Like I love this thing. I used this the whole time I was in Japan, and I use this all the time when I go on trips. Like this thing, when I was in Puerto Rico, I used this as well. Like, mwah. This is like the perfect gift for travelers. I'm telling you, they will be so grateful. The next thing that I have is for the memories, so like to help them like with their memories, like when they're traveling. The first thing I recommend is film cameras. I took this with me when I was in Tokyo. I like wrote Tokyo on here, so I knew like where the footage came from. These are so cute, and like this is such a gift that is just like so unique truly to like what they got when they're when they're on their trip, because like, one, these are pictures that no one's gonna be able to see unless they actually show them to you in person. You don't know what your picture's gonna look like until you get it back, and this is just such a sentimental gift, because like, it's not like a camera you can just take a picture and know exactly what it is. Like, you have the whole thing of like sending them off to ship, getting the prints back, and really like having your memory in your tangible hands. Like, this is such a dope gift, and I love these. So definitely recommend taking away like that perfectionary aspect, and this really truly allows you to live in the moment. So film cameras. Next thing would be like travel journals. I recommend like travel journals so that they can document like where they went, their experience, their favorite part about it. They have travel journals that have like prompts, like the prompts already ready that they can just follow and write through. They can even put areas where they can take pictures or put any of like the mementos from it on there. So I highly recommend travel journals, because they just make the experience that much more real for them, and you can really document how you felt. So travel journal eats. And then the last thing for the memory, so this is like, I use this to store my books, but you can get these probably like in plastic as well. And essentially all you would do is you would take and like store any memento you got from a trip. So it could be like, let's say like you went to a museum and they gave you the museum handbook, or you went to a concert and you want to store your concert ticket, or like your receipt from your favorite restaurant, or a menu. Like, all of these things, you can give them like a little like thing to store all of their travel memento in, and that way it doesn't get damaged. You have to worry about it getting messed up, and then they can do whatever they want with it when they get back, whether in their scrapbooking, or if they rather like make their travel journal more immersive, or if they like to create shadow boxes, or like me, like I'm thinking about like for a lot of my receipts, like making bookmarks out of them. Like, it allows them to store all of their cute little memories and bring it back in a compact, organized way. So that's what I recommend for the memories. So that's my for the memories section, because I actually do these things, y'all. So that's why I'm like, let me recommend things that I do, because life is just so much easier when you're organized. And then the last thing that I recommend is trip planning. And so the first thing I recommend is any type of globes or maps that are interactive. So you see back here, I have a tapestry up, and that's like my map of like the world. Love her. So this was actually gifted to me. This is my travel map, my interactive map. It was gifted to me for my birthday this year. And basically what it is, it scratches off. So like, the reason why everything is in gold right now, because this is the world that I haven't visited or seen. But anything that you see marked in different colors and things like that are placed in the world that I've been to. And so basically it just helps me, one, what I like the most about this is, one, it helps me really like realize how much of the world that I've seen and which parts of the world that I'm lacking. So like, from like just a top look of it, I'm like, oh, where do I need to go? So like here in the central area, I probably need to see more of, and continents that I completely haven't visited yet is Africa, right? So it's like, it really gives me like, allows me to be very grounded in like my trip planning, to make sure that I'm diversifying my trips, and also like being well-rounded and getting like a very more inclusive look at the world. And I also just like being able to scratch off where I've been to. Like, let's be honest, like who doesn't like a good scratch off? If you have someone that travels a lot, I recommend that, so that way they can just like look at their trip. It's interactive and they can see where they've been, and it's like, you know, so you have different versions. They have ones where you can like pin on globes, or they have like maps like this that are just actual like and mine looks kind of like a picture frame type ordeal situation. Like, if you see it, it like stands up on like a desk. There's some that are actual big maps that you pack on the wall. Like, there's all different types. So if you travel, if your traveler travels a lot, recommend this. And then in addition to that, I recommend like travel fun banks. So basically there's like these little banks, like piggy banks you can get, but they'll say something like travel fund, or for my next trip, or for my global fund, like whatever it may be, like really cute, like personalized piggy banks that showcase like, that's like exclusively for like traveling. I think those are cute. Like, I love that. Or like they can even store like all the money they get from like different countries as well. So that's something that I recommend them. So travel fun blanks. And then the last thing for any type of trip planning, Airbnb, hotel, and airplane gift cards. So anything to travel, or even like train, depending on where you are in the world. but Airbnb, hotel, and airline gift cards will always be something that they can use always, no matter what, especially if they don't expire. And it just makes things easier. So I totally recommend those things. And so those are my 15 recommendations. If you guys made this far, comment airplane emojis. Because like, come on, if you made this far, airplane emojis in the description, because I appreciate you getting to this point. And then my bonus one is travel books, y'all. The way that I use these, like I remember I used to look at these in stores and be like, who buys these? And then I bought this one when I was in Puerto Rico, and the way that I used it, and like even though like even when I did this, I didn't even go to all these places. So like Bathhouse is another one that I wanted to go to. This is like a spa. And like basically like what this did, even Osaka, like when I went to Osaka, this really helped me get a vibe of like the cities that I was traveling to, and really helped me like get a gauge of where I wanted to stay, what I wanted to do, and etc. And so I highly recommend travel books. Like if you know somebody that's like, I really like my dream destination is to go to like Hawaii, like get them a book to Hawaii, and like that just gives them like opens their mind and lets them like have like a really good trip. Because I'm telling you, I had such a good trip to Japan that I just got off of after reading. I didn't even read the whole book. I just read Tokyo and Osaka because that's where I went. And I'm telling y'all, this was amazing. I recommend these to your traveler, especially if they travel a lot, or if they only are like, if there's somebody that does like a couple days in a city and things like that, because these are so helpful in helping them organize their trip. And not everything, I mean, obviously there's a lot of things online, but like when you get like a book and you have a book, because y'all know I love books, when you get an actual book in your hand and you can read, it just sinks more. So those are my recommendations. Thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Push notifications. I'm at 920 subscribers. I'm only 80 away from 1,000, 80, and I would really enjoy it to be at 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be an amazing Christmas present. I would love every part of that. It costs you guys nothing. Just hit it. Just fine. Just click subscribe. That's it. Push notifications so you never miss an upload from me. Next week, I'll be back to my scheduled program and uploading a travel vlog because we love it. And as always, linked in the description is my travel fund. Donations start as low as $5. I use Buy Me a Coffee. So if, instead of a coffee, I don't really drink coffee, it'll buy me a matcha. So the lowest like donation amount is $5, and any amount helps. So that's if you want to support me directly. Link is in the description. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas season, because I can't believe it's actually December. Like, where did the year go? So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I love you guys. Thank you as always. Bye. Mwah. Bye guys.